Welcome back to the Litchfield Media YouTube channel. I'm your host, Melissa Litchfield, owner and CEO of Litchfield Media, a digital advertising marketing agency for online course creators, online business owners, and e-commerce store owners. All right, today we're chatting all about CRMs and specifically the best CRM for digital marketing agencies. Now today, I'm gonna actually be covering a CRM that I personally use in my business for my digital marketing agency, and specifically why I feel like it's the best fit for me and potentially could be the best fit for you. But again, if you have already tried something like 17 Hats or Dubsado and you're loving it, by all means, stick with what you love, but I'm gonna go into the actual reasons as to why I love it and why I've been using it since 2020. It's a key, crucial part of my business. Okay, but what does CRM stand for? It actually stands for Customer Relationship Management. So as like the acronym says, it actually does serve a purpose of managing the relationship of your customers and also potential customers. But what I feel like Honeybook takes it a step further is that it also helps facilitate the onboarding and offboarding process of your clients. Okay, so before we go into the cons, I do want to cover the pros. So what are some of the positive things, the benefits that I have found from using Honeybook for the past 3 to 4 years in my agency? Okay, number one, it's easy to navigate. I love the fact that you can click around into the app. You don't really need to watch any sort of tutorials necessarily, whereas personally, I did want to sign up for Dubsado in the very beginning of starting my agency, but I found it to be super confusing. I had no idea how to set it up. And to this day, I know a lot of people would probably relate to this, but you most likely have to hire somebody to set up Dubsado for you. And at the beginning of starting like my business, I'm a brand new agency owner. Majority of the work I was doing myself. So I didn't really have the time, capacity, and or budget to necessarily hire out an expert and build the entire thing for me. So that's why I love Honeybook. It is super easy and simple to navigate on the back end. One thing to also note, and another pro or another benefit of utilizing Honeybook, is that they do offer a Honeybook concierge service. I utilized that service. I reached out, emailed the concierge email, and asked if they can help import all of my contacts from QuickBooks over into Honeybook so I can get all of their invoices set up. They even set up some pre-existing invoices that I already had in QuickBooks, and they set those up for me inside of Honeybook. So amazing. Also, inside of Honeybook, you can create custom documents and templates. So I've created some custom questionnaires and they look amazing. These questionnaires I utilize to send to my clients for the very beginning before we start any project. It's a great way to collect and gather some information from the clients prior to getting on our first kickoff call. Something new that they recently introduced to Honeybook is lead forms, but they also do have inquiry forms as well. Lead forms are a great way to collect information prior to getting on a call or basically collecting lead information. In Honeybook, you can also create proposals and brochures. Hold the phone, you guys. I have a free resource for you. If you're watching this video, you want to click the link above or below to get this free 7-day nurture email sequence template. I even printed it out. It's about 13 pages long. There's specific sections where it's highlighted so you can customize and tweak the template to sound like yourself. That is important. We want the messaging to sound like you, but this template will get you started. It also comes with a 20-minute training from yours truly, mapping out the entire strategy behind building your first lead gen email sequence funnel. And I'm also giving you a free Show It landing page template. If you're a Show It user, I'm a big fan, so you'll get that too. So click the link above or below somewhere around this video to snag your free copy of the email sequence template, the 20-minute training, and the Show It landing page template. Another benefit or pro, we should say, of Honeybook is that you can utilize their schedulers. So you can use this feature to book discovery calls or sales calls or even client calls that happen throughout the month inside of your agency. Another amazing benefit that Honeybook actually introduced this year is that now you have more flexibility on customizing your templates inside of Honeybook. So they call them smart files, and in the beginning, I was not into them at all. I was not liking the change and I didn't know how to navigate them. I did have to watch a mini tutorial on how to utilize smart files and how to customize them, but it has more flexibility in the design and customizing like the fonts and the branding colors. So I love that you're able to customize all of the templates and documents that you use inside of your agency to fit your own branding. All right, and last but not least, you can trigger automations inside of Honeybook. There are so many more benefits and pros that I could talk about, but I did want to make sure that I touch on the automation feature. Automations are great to set up for if and then situations. For example, once someone signs a contract and pays an invoice, I have an automation that is set up to trigger to send the client questionnaire 1 hour after the contract is signed. So certain situations like that you can set up so that way automations kind of free up some administrative work that normally you'd have to do yourself if there wasn't automations to be utilized. Okay, now that we've covered all the benefits and pros, I do want to mention some cons, all right? Not every software is gonna be 100% perfect. I have learned this over the course of the past 5 years running this business. Every software has its pros and its cons, and some have a few downfalls. So I'm going to touch on a few of those, not so perfect things that I personally think Honeybook needs to work on. Okay, number one, the scheduler. Scheduler is just not as advanced or robust as I'd love it to be. So for the time being, I'm still utilizing Acuity. I would love it if there was an option or a way to basically send the potential lead or client information to my email once they fill out a form, right? So taking that data, gathering it, and then sending it to my email instead of having to log into a completely separate app just to look at a few details that they submitted before I hop on a call. Okay, and that was pretty much my only gripe that I have right now with Honeybook. So I love that you can integrate Zapier and also QuickBooks. There's so many other pros and cons. I am personally a user myself. I've been using it for about almost, I want to say 3 to 4 years. I am an affiliate, but this is my honest review. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. See you on the next one. Bye.